me think about this for just one split second. Yeah!
Let's go!
All right, let's go.
Let's go!
Bear the hell down, the Chicago Bears' first ever post-game show presented by PointsBet. CHGO right here for you. Use that code CHGO to get your risk-free bets, 2 of them up to $2,000. Bears!
What?
You were there. You can't
Are you
talk.
dry, first of all?
I'm
Justin,
dry.
we got towels. We got towels.
Give me a ShamWow.
All right.
Sammy.
Towels for everybody.
You're all right. Trenton Gill, no problem, buddy. I
Let's go.
I like that. You should be able to go on the field and try to dry it off. Good job, buddy. Congratulations, Chicago Bears. Congratulations to you, the Bear fan. Braggs, you walked in here, and I've never seen a guy with a look on his face like you had. Hoge, this is huge celebration for the Bears. I mean, everything that they were working for came through today, and there it is, baby. 1-0. Hey, NFL experts out there, you don't want to give this team a chance, and I mean, a lot of the Sharps came in early in the week. Bears and the under, and the Sharps got that shit right.
The Bears were my lock this week. By the way, if you missed us on the pregame, I don't have my voice. So that's a thing that's going to be.
That's what you get because you picked against the Bears.
I did.
So did you.
But I said 19. I got that.
The negative media. That's why I'm here. We did it, Bears fans. We got them. Take that, media. Now shut up and enjoy the season.
Braggs, you're in the media now. You are a part of us, buddy.
You're on our team, bro.
Actually, we're not.
All right, y'all, we got our first super chat. First
the
super
dark
chat.
side.
Jaden Boley, $1.99. Magic working for the national media. Oh, no, we
Take
don't.
that, Orlovsky.
No,
Take
we
that,
don't.
Louis Riddick.
Hey, got another one. Dan Tana, baby, $10. Thank you, sir. Super chat. Bears win. What a comeback. Bear down. Here's a reminder. Hit the like button. It's right down below me over here.
Smash that button.
Smash it. And if you have a question for me, hit us with a super chat, and I will get to you for sure. We're going to be on for the next hour plus, so get after it. Thank you very much.
We appreciate everybody being here. We really appreciate you hitting the like button. We appreciate. Braggs, what time did you get there today?
I got at the stadium at 7 a.m.
7
a.m.
That's your guy right there.
You might have beaten Joniak.
7-8 damn
I beat them all. I beat them all. I parked over here at 6 a.m. We went over to the stadium, hung out, got a feel for the tailgate. Everybody out there in the rain. It didn't stop us. Bear weather. Take that, bear weather. Who needs a dome? Trey Lance wanted a dome tonight.
Just say it. Hey, we will take the weather. I don't know if it helped or didn't help, but the bottom line is they won in there today. So let's give credit to the rain as at least a 5% factor in today's game. And all the Bears fans who hung out outside today. I didn't see any open seats.
Did you see? Here I was all week screaming, "Bear weather is a myth." Now we get to Sunday. I don't have a voice, and it kind of seemed like there was some weather out there that mattered.
I mean, it's Bear weather, Bear defense. The D was flying around, man.
Can I just say, though, the end of that game with them all sliding in the end zone, like slip and slide, that's like one of those Bear moments you remember for a long time.
Absolutely.
Well,
that was an iconic win right there for the Floos.
I mean, it was. I think iconic might be a drop tall, but like
first game ever, you're always going to remember it as the one in the rain.
Yep. Right, and like
he may go 1 in 300 the rest of his career. You're still going to remember that
from the nightmare that was last year, and the one and Nick Foles having our best game at quarterback and just getting rid of what they had to get rid of, and just the whole entire offseason, and everything we've heard from the hits to the flus to the attitude of the team, to signing guys 100%. Who you've never heard of, but yet like all of them in their backgrounds, he was a captain, he was the teacher's pet, he was a this, and they have bought in, and they came out, they played their ass off today. Fields looked bad, and then he figured it out just enough.
Yep.
And it was beautiful. Braggs, you got so much to say. Go ahead, buddy.
Have you ever seen this team so excited, like as happy as they were today last year? Justin Fields, these guys sliding in the water. You're right. It was an iconic moment. It has the potential to be one if this, what they're doing now and the team that's around them does something special eventually, we'll remember this as the starting point, the change from the Matt Nagy era. So, yeah, I'm all in, man, and I know the Bears are too. Adjustments. You know, how many times have the Bears made adjustments coming out of halftime? We haven't seen that in a few years now. They made the adjustments. I mean, Justin Fields, his biggest moment last year was in a loss against Pittsburgh. This year, I was like, I need 7 or 8 big moments. This second half was a big moment in a big win. Yep. You know, it can't be understated. A lot of people saw it coming. 49ers coming to Chicago, home opener. Uncertainty with Trey Lance, with the whole Jimmy Garoppolo situation. And, to me, it was an opportunity for the Bears to steal one. The rain, I do feel like it did help. It didn't feel like it at halftime, but it did help. So let's take it and roll with it.
And shout out Luke Getsy, Equimania St. Brown running wide open. Byron Pringle was wide open on the same play. Yeah. I mean, we didn't see anything in the preseason. We heard Darnell Mooney talk about, I'm tired of running the same 4 or 5 plays. So you knew some creativity was coming. And Luke Getsy coming over from Green Bay.
I love the play calling. Someone just asked that in the comments.
Yeah.
There were a couple here and there where I think it was like a 3rd and 4 run I didn't like, or 3rd and medium.
Don't worry.
And the defense.
But they adjusted, and you could tell that they were in control of what they needed to adjust. Now, let's be honest, that first touchdown, Justin Fields, things were going bad there. Really a broken play, but that's why you have Justin Fields. And Trey Lance can do it on the other side too. That's why you have those guys who can make those special plays. And someone pointed out to me on Twitter, and I totally agree with them, Bears have been on the receiving end of that from Aaron Rodgers how many times? Where you think you almost get him, and it's a 51-yard touchdown. So to have Justin Fields be the guy doing that was awesome.
Plus, we heard, and Darnell Mooney talked about it, that they worked on scramble drills, what to do. And if you look at Dante
Not last year.
Not right. They didn't do it. Well, we had plays, but we never worked on it. Here, on that play, it looked like Pettis actually did what he was supposed to. He kind of sold like he was going with them, and then he stepped back and then he just stood there. Please throw me the football. Please throw me the football. And Fields surveyed the field, knew her, and saw him. And I'll throw you this rainbow. That looked like they had actually worked on it. And of course, it was a broken play at the same time. But Flus, practice, getting ready for those moments, it seemed like it all came together right there.
Yeah. Right, let's go to Lauren.
Okay, real quick. There have been multiple super chats coming in. Thank you guys. Casey with the Super Bowl Super Bears.
Is that a
Yash
200?
Is that 200
well,
or
it's 200.
20?
He says much love from Iran. I believe that is.
What's up, Yash?
He says, I know it's only one win and the 49ers shot themselves in the foot, but coaching effing matters. Great job by Eberflus and co. Hope this is the first of many to come. And yes, that is 200. I don't know what their form of money is in Iran. I should know that a little better. We got another one from Karthik N, $5. Amazing Bears team win. Slip and slide celebration at the end. How about having competent coaches with halftime adjustments for a change? Hashtag it's about time.
Absolutely. And I don't know. I have the number in front of me. Maybe you can help me out with this. How many penalties on the Bears?
I got it right here. 12 penalties for 99 yards for the 49ers. Bears, 3 for 24 playing discipline. And one was for the freaking towel.
Right.
Which no one knew that was a rule.
And these were the cookie crumbs we saw in the preseason. No, preseason doesn't tell you the full story, but you can take little tidbits from it. You saw balanced offense. You saw a disciplined football team. You saw them make adjustments, and that's what we saw today.
Well, okay, let's go full glass half full. The offense sucked for the first half.
Terrible.
Absolutely horrendous.
It was bad.
It was as bad could be, and they end up winning the game. So and the 49ers have a very good defense. There's nowhere to go for the Bears offense, even with the 3 touchdown drives in the second half, but up from here. So think about what that looks like when they actually start to add in more talent as we go deeper down the line. I mean, come on, there's nothing to not be excited about here.
One of the things I want to do, guys, on these post games, what we did during training camp, the best and worst of what we saw today.
Great.
So I think for the best for me is just them following through on everything the coaching staff talked about all offseason. Okay, the 3 penalties. They played disciplined football. They played hard. They rallied towards the football. And the offense, for as bad as it was in the first half, they adjusted and they made plays. That's the best. The worst for me, Dominique Foxworth's mentions right now. They got to be just the worst place to be. I mean, I wouldn't want to be there right now. He's blaming this on the weather. He said, I'm defending myself against Bears fans by pointing to the weather and field conditions. Apparently, that's the only reason the Bears won.
That is just some beautiful Bears / Hoge / CHGO karma. I'll go for my best. The worst rookie on the field today was the number 1 draft pick, and I'm not even saying it in a bad way. Like Kyler Gordon just had some moments where like, hey, that's not looking all that great. But Dominique Robinson,
wow.
I mean, not practicing this week. Wasn't expecting. I didn't know how much we would see him at all, and then nonstop in the backfield. That is a huge development. I mean, the one-handed sack. I mean, I tweeted out Dom Rob Dent. Like what? I mean, what do we got? What do we got going on here?
It reminded me of Mark Anderson, wearing number 91, a rookie who's going to be more of a situational pass rusher.
Yeah, 97 for Mark
You're
Anderson.
Right. Well, it's close enough.
Yeah.
Just add the little
Tommy Harris.
You're
is
right.
91.
My fault.
No, it's
my fault. But still, the rookie who's not going to be a starter, getting in there in situations, 1.5 sacks. Remember, Mark Anderson had played a huge role in that team that made the Super Bowl as a rookie.
That's an outstanding reference, and the throw and
except I got the number wrong, so the whole thing's negated.
No, I got your back.
No, close. You picked him up beautifully, and I mean, Jaquan Brisker all over the field. Him and Jalen having a sweet Johnson to Brisker moment was awesome to see. Just sweet. That Niner offense, man, they are physical. Eddie Jackson getting run over. That was one of the. I guess that would be a down point there. But Eddie Jackson late in the game with the bait and the pick, and everybody was like, oh my God, Eddie Jackson's back. That was another huge thing. What do you got here, Braggs?
I mean, I guess if I have to do a worse, I don't want to because I want to be positive. But if I got to pick one, I mean, certainly that Justin Fields throw to start the game. What is he looking at there? Yeah, it was just a bad throw, and he completely bounced back. So that's a huge credit to Justin. But that was the worst moment of the game. It was like, oh my gosh, that was his worst interception of his career. So to bounce back and get a win in the second half only speaks to how he can move on to the next play.
That's an excellent worst. That was in quadruple coverage. It was bad.
It was bad.
Yeah,
bad.
Lawrence.
Okay. Couple things. First off, I apologize. That was an Indian flag. I saw the green and orange and the white in the middle. That's my bad.
Okay.
That was pointed out to me. I've got another super chat from us from Daniel Trump, $20. Says, I love it when Justin runs like crazy and then just chucks it and we make plays. And I really love the incredible defense. Thank you, Daniel.
The running part that just got teed up there, I mean, I want to see more of it. It's one of his strengths. The Niners, I mean, we saw Trey Lance a lot of times just get an opportunity to do it. I would think that going forward we're going to see him on the move more. I know it's dangerous; he could get hurt, but I'd like to see more of it.
Well, and you saw him go down at one point, take a knee. When he cut back in, he took the knee quickly. So it's about being calculated when you do it and being safe. Try to be as safe as you can when you do it. Obviously, he got the penalty in the first half for the late hit. Now he's starting to finally get those. We didn't think we'd get those for a few more years, so we've already got one here to start the season. My best for the game, as much as I want to give the Justin Fields, because, I hate to harp on him with the pick, but I got to give it to Khalil Herbert to end the game. They punch it in and get the touchdown to seal the game, because if they don't right there, we all know what happens with Bears. They get the settle for the field goal, and then we're all crying on the postgame how we had a missed opportunity. Instead, they punched it in, had on ahead, and got the touchdown. It had to be that final touchdown.
My favorite thing I saw today, check this T-shirt out. We just dropped this, everyone. Okay, so hit that like button.
Damn.
And then go to the CHGO locker and pick this beautiful T-shirt up. That is sweet.
That's what we have for you
sweet.
After this win.
That is awesome.
How about that, huh?
Yeah, great merch. Hey, wait, we want to meet all of you. I want to hug every single one of you. Are you more of a fist bump guy? I'm not sure.
I'll probably go for the fist bumps.
I'm a bear hug guy. I'm very
I'll hug Braggs.
touchy-feely.
I'll definitely hug Braggs.
I'm looking for hugs, but we can do whatever you want. So we got a CHGO
Let's go.
Tailgates. This is going to be awesome.
Let's go.
Houston game, Sunday, September 25th. We'll be out there at 8. Braggs will be there at 6. CHGO family members, we're all going to be out there. So come and meet whoever you want to meet, including the three of us. Huge party, food, drinks, DJ, merch is going to be, giveaways, all of it. Tickets are on sale right the hell damn now. So you can also keep watching CHGO for more. But Go get yourself the tickets. I assume we're going to the website for that. Right. Allchgo.com. Is that where we're getting that? I'm assuming. Thank you very much. So, CHGO Locker.
Well, CHGO Locker is where the shirt is.
Okay.
I'm
still learning.
The website, allchgo.com, is where you're going to get your tailgate stuff.
Thank you, Lawrence.
I'm sure there's a link somewhere.
Come on out. We'd love to see you. And, by that point, what is that, game 4? I can't even do
2
math.
weeks.
Oh, that's
2 weeks from today.
Week 3.
Week
Okay.
3 against the Texans. Lovey's
Next
return.
one. Okay. Lovey's return. We can't wait to see the Love Dove come
Lovey
back.
will not be at the tailgate, guys.
We'll see. We'll try to make it happen.
Come on out, 8 a.m. All right, let's give some other shout-outs
Another super
here.
chat. Dominique Robinson, Defensive Rookie of the Year, bear down in the rain. Thank you, Airbase.
All right, I've seen in the chat it mentioned, and I want to shout him out too. Khalil Herbert, there is a natural knack for finding out, for feeling holes, getting himself upfield, getting yards. Shout out Khalil Herbert. You had a nice game today. 9 carries, 45 yards. That's 5 a shot. Got in the end zone, and that play. It took him a second to figure out where am I going here. Okay, I'm just going to walk in off the left guard. That was sweet.
Yeah. Both teams did really well against the run, honestly, defending the run today. But Herbert was giving the Bears a little bit of a change of pace that Montgomery wasn't. Montgomery only had 26 yards on 17 attempts. So then they bring in Herbert, and Herbert was, just giving that little spark that they needed, a little different look, finding those holes. Interesting thing to follow. Also, how about 11 rushing attempts for Fields in this game? Not really all by design, but there were a few.
He started to take matters into his own hands.
Yeah. There were more than we saw last year, though.
Yeah, and that's I would not have guessed that actually. But to your point, not a lot by quote design. I think if this offense is going to get next level, there's got to be some design runs. That I'm saying that for one. That's the last time I'll mention it today. But
the flip side of that is Trey Lance took a beating today.
He did
with all those runs that they were having him do. A couple of those tackles. Roquan Smith landing on top of your head. You don't want that for your quarterback.
You don't.
How about Fields getting the flags today?
Yeah, that was big.
That's a new development. Honestly, one of them I thought was a terrible call. I wouldn't have actually called it.
The one early, yes.
Yeah. But the other one was awful. Guy hit him right in the head. Apparently concussed himself.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge development. We need those calls. But to me, I mean, we obviously as Bears fans, we're going to be focused on the offense because we have never seen a good offense in Chicago, and we're still working towards that goal. But the defense, they saved us in the first half, keeping us in the game. And then in the second half, they shut them out, right? 0 points in the second half. So, Dominique Robinson flying around the football, Roquan Smith flying around the football, Eddie Jackson. He gets ran over in the first half, and everybody's harping on him on Twitter. And then he gets that interception where, in a lot of ways, I felt like he baited Trey Lance into that pick. I've seen him do that many times at training camp to Mitch Trubisky, and then he did it to Trey Lance right there. That's a huge play. Jaquan Brisker, I am buying your jersey as soon as I get home. I swear to God. This dude is a monster. Talk about monsters of the Midway. He looks like a linebacker out there. He's Adrian Amos with some better ball skills. This guy is a definite player. Hammer the defensive player of the year. Whatever they're putting on the odds on that, you better start putting your money down on that right now. Obviously Kyler Gordon got burned on that one play, but you see the potential with this entire rookie class. I mean, I didn't really get to hone in on how the left tackle looked today, Braxton Jones, but just across the board, the rookie class, specifically the guys on defense for today, I can't be more gassed up for what Ryan Poles is putting together here so far.
Yeah, Ryan Poles, you are having a hell of a start to your career. You're the draft. I don't know. You're going to do a deep dive on Braxton Jones and everything he did today, but I think overall, I mean,
it kind of was what I said pregame, even though I was wrong about the fact they wouldn't actually give up a sack. But I said there'd be some rookie moments in there, but overall, I still think it was good. Same thing with, I would look across the board. Sam Mustipher, I'm sure you go back and watch the tape. There's probably a couple moments here and there, but the guy filled in, did his job today. Didn't notice much on the right side with Larry Borum. The rotation at guard was weird and interesting to me. They kept switching back and forth. Whatever. They won the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought that when they took Jenkins off the field early, that might have been the end of Tevin
That's
Jenkins.
what I thought.
But
they're giving the guys tryouts, apparently.
I think he was on the field, too, for the Herbert touchdown at the end.
We'll have to go back and check the tape here at CHGO and all that. But it was interesting that they were flipping both in and out. I want to give another, and I'm having a lot of fun on Twitter just shouting out Flus nonstop. But did the dude did he know? I'd like to feel free to hit up the chatter. Did Flus know it was raining or not? Because I swear the guy did no flinching on the Flus.
You think the rain makes the Flus flinch? Come on.
The Flus was just like he had a more serious look on his face today. It was a regular season. Like you got yourself together. I'm ready to go. I'm finally getting my opportunity. I'm in my 50s. I've been doing this for 30 damn years. I'm finally a head coach.
Yep.
I'm putting in my principles, and I'm going to be calm, but I'm going to be intense. I liked what I saw from the Flus all day.
Yeah, I had a great picture of him. I posted it on Twitter. I posted a lot of crap on Twitter, but one of my favorite moments was Coach Flus standing in the tunnel while the players were warming up as the rain was coming down, and he was locked in. And, some fans were yelling, best of luck, coach. I yelled, best of luck, coach. And, he gave a little acknowledgement, but you could tell he was taking the moment in, but also just with this, we're going to get some shit done today, kind of a seriousness to his tone. And I loved that moment for him, and I'm happy for him to get a win in his first start as head coach.
I think it's just a huge underlining too of just the energy that I don't like to. I give no credit for they tried hard. You are a professional athlete. You have so much pride in yourself. There's no way you would have gotten to where you got if you weren't a try hard guy. But there is some level of buy-in to what the Bears have going on right now that is different.
Well, and a win, win helps that, and it's going to make that train roll even harder.
Right, because at the end of the day, even if you have buy-in, the buy-in fades away if you don't win football
Exactly,
games.
especially a hits principle.
Yes. You can only yell at them so much in the post-game film sessions about not hustling, you're loafing if you never win eventually. Right. So, it wouldn't have been the end of the world if they didn't win this game, but certainly it helps keep that going.
No, this is a perfect storm. Sorry to cut you off, but this is a perfect storm with stealing this game. You go into the Packers game now with house money and winnable games after the Packer game. I know I'm looking forward, but that is kind of this momentum.
He's got him 2-0 already. Bragg's
momentum. I said it a week ago. I go, this team's either going 0-2 or 2-0.
Okay, Brad.
0-2 or 2-0. I
4-0.
told you they'd win today. Check the picks. Pull the tape.
What was your score?
I had 2017.
All right, I had the Niners 21-19. I tried to switch it at one point.
You said they'd beat the Packers next week. You were flirting with it.
I did.
On Tuesday, you were flirting with this idea.
Last 9 head coaches gone 1-1 against the Packers in year one.
When do they play?
Right now. This game's just starting against the Vikings.
Keep us updated, chat.
Shout out to the super chat here. People mad at the Bears win, like they can't control the weather. Well, last I checked, the Bears were on that flooded field too.
Exactly right, and the Niners, that weather condition is perfect for them. So I don't think you can take anything away from the Bears.
Plays into their strengths.
That's what they want to do. So and
defense and run the ball. Elijah Mitchell went out early in the game. That certainly helped.
Yes.
No Kittle.
That
no
helped.
Mitchell. You take it.
But I've seen a ton of comments wondering if we're worried about Cairo Santos missing 2 extra points.
I didn't like it.
Get him out of your system in a win.
I mean,
but you're right there. You argue the weather cost the Bears 2 points.
It did.
Right, it hurt both teams.
Oh, okay. Bermuda grass, ton of rain.
Bermuda, it's Bermuda grass.
Bermuda.
They're going to have to put another roll of Bermuda out there. It got torn up today. That grass got torn
I still
up
think
today.
it held up better.
I thought it looked fine.
Yeah, I think it held up better than the
end of the game.
It looked to me like the turf was fine. That it was just the drainage wasn't great.
Correct.
So you get 2 weeks to fix it up. They'll be all right there.
Bad drainage. I'm not going to talk.
Hair dryers out there.
A $9.99 super chat here. Did Cole Kmet play today?
We were talking about that. Like, hey, can we see you out there, Cole? And
0 catches on 1 target.
Well, on the interception to Darnell Mooney, the bad one, to start the game. Cole Kmet is wide open in the flat if you go
True.
back and watch. So that's an element of, did they dial any up for him? No. But then there were also some opportunities where Justin was forcing it into different things and Cole was sitting there open. There was also another one where Justin threw it low to Cole's feet. It wasn't going to go for much. But, that's going to, everybody's going to get theirs as the year goes on.
What's up, Lawrence? You good? Bermuda? Oh, here we go.
Check out who's throwing us a 1999.
Okay,
Super chat.
whatever.
Big man coming in.
Spano. Back in Urlacher.
Today proved Urlacher's point from last week. This looked like Bear. That's exactly. By the way, you should check out our Brian Urlacher interview. Good promo there, Brandon. Thank you so much.
Get the hotel rooms booked for the Super Bowl. We'll see you. We'll see Denver in there.
Ooh,
Yeah, let's do it.
DNVR.
I mean, I don't want to be the only guy.
We
out.
want
see you
Denver.
there.
We want Denver.
I don't want to be the only guy out here fighting for bear weather in Soldier Field and bringing it up because everybody's hating me about it all week long.
That's now 3 games in 11 years. 12 years. Congrats. 3, and I don't even want to give this as a win. I think they would have won the game anyway.
I'm not.
Yes. Look at.
Someone corrected me. I said the weather cost the Bears 2 points. Technically, it cost them 5 because they had the stupid towel thing on the
That's
other
true.
field goal.
That's true. That's a good call. It was 5.
It hurt the Bears just as much as it helped them.
And I'm gonna my head's spinning after that second half. But the Niners. You want to talk about how the weather affected the game? The Niners' game plan to start the game was extremely smart. Sideline to sideline. The Bears were just running straight into a brick wall. North-south offense. There was no sideline to side. I know Velus Jones didn't play today. I know that's a lot of what he's going to bring to this team. But that's how you take advantage. You can't just run the ball. It's raining out, so we're just going to play it safe and run the ball. You have to do crossing routes in passing game. You have to do sideline to sideline sweeps and reverses and things like that to get the DBs and the linebackers on their heels because as an offensive player in the rain, when you're going to make your cut. As a defensive player in the rain, you're waiting for who you're guarding to make their cut. It's a lot harder in the snow and the rain to do that. So the Niners had the right game plan to start, and obviously the adjustments won the day in the second half, but that is part of the way weather can affect a game.
What's up, Will Beeman? I appreciate the super chat. And
My
yes,
name is Willie. Willie Beeman.
EQ getting in the end zone. That was, running free was just, to me, was the best part of that play. Like, oh my God, there it is. Luke Getsy, you know what you're doing. It's the sweet offense. Nobody knows where anybody is. Bears are running free. Fields got an easy little shot at it. And Equiminius St. Brown, welcome to Chicago, buddy. You get to go back and see your Packers next week. But hey. To what you're just talking about, just the whole the roller coaster that was that football game. I was saying to you, like, I'm not meathead take of the moment right now, Adam Hoge. The look on Justin Fields' face, I'm not enjoying it. But he just steadied his way through it.
Remember he had that big run? And he got up and had like a little cockiness to him, and you were like, "Slow down, Justin." And I was like, "No, that's what he needs.
That happened.
That's
too.
what he needs to get going." And from that point on,
he's got that Derrick Rose in him. His demeanor is very Derrick Rose-ish.
Whoa. We just went MVP out of nowhere.
I'm telling you. Hey, well, one point in Derrick's career, he wasn't an MVP. He was just a young player trying to make it. He has that demeanor.
Does wear the same number. This is a phenomenal day. It's our first regular season.
Right.
I got MJ
So that
on the
brings us
pregame,
to-
D-Rose on the postgame.
Overreactions. There's Braggs'.
I got it.
Justin Fields is Derrick Rose. I hope he's not. I hope he stays healthy.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Why would you do that?
D-Rose is still
Get him out of here.
He's still
Get him out
rocking.
of here.
D-Rose is still rocking.
It still hurts.
500
so
super
much.
chat gets Hoge out of here for that.
It does.
500. 500 super chat. Yeah, there you go.
It's a 500 super chat. I will go.
Walk off.
Hey, can you confirm to me, Brett, how many empty seats were there today?
Not many. I mean, the second half, it started to get a little more scattered where people were hiding underneath the awning in the first level. But no, everybody was there. We were all in attendance. Hey, we were standing in the tunnel as the players were coming out, and I was like, hey, it's just a little rain, and it was pouring for pregame warm-ups. But no, everybody showed up. The tailgates, I stayed in my car with my friend Junior that I went to the game with. Shout out Junior. Now, I'm not the best person to go to a game with when I'm working, so I give him a lot of credit for hanging. But we sat in our car for all the tailgate, and everybody else was out grilling and everything else. So we were trying to stay dry for a little bit. But no, Bears fans weren't phased. The players didn't seem phased in warm-ups. You had one player, he had his shirt off for warm-ups. You know, Cody Whitehair was out there right as the gates opened. He's laughing around. I mean, then at the end of the game, they're sliding in the rain, in the grass, a beautiful slide by the team slide. I think we embrace it. I was telling Darnell Mooney in the tunnel, I was like, we put up a little video of me asking him his thoughts on the rain. Well, after the video, I go, hey, Bruce Lee once said, be like water. Water flows, water crashes. Be like water. You got to embrace it.
Be water's a great
That was
doc.
deep.
Hey,
That was really deep.
I feel
You got deep with Mooney pregame.
Yeah, I told him, look up the quote, be water.
Can we do like
Be
That's why the
my
Bears
friend.
won.
what about
that
like a,
right there?
What
Be
about
water, my
what about a
friend.
pregame meditation, like a 5 a.m. or
Yeah,
or
Byron Pringle loved the quote. He's like, I love Bruce Lee. I'm like, go look at the quote when you get in the locker room. Dude.
Hey, shout out to our friends at PointsBet. This football season, PointsBet is bringing you a better way to bet live on games, which means that before this ad is over, by the way, you can place a live same-game parlay. Go ahead, put it on the Packers, put it on the Vikings. Bet on the next drive to be a touchdown and cash out on your live second-half over bet. With PointsBet, you have access to more live football markets than ever before. I love betting live. Feel the game. Get it going on. It's the best. You can build that perfect live same-game parlay by combining your favorite bets anytime during the game. Spreads, totals, player props, more. Get creative. Have some fun with it. It's awesome. Choose the outcome of the next drive and next points with PointsBet Lightning bets. So whether you're on the move or on the couch, we were on the couch all day today. Braggs was on the move. Do it live on PointsBet and download that PointsBet app today. Sign up with the code CHGO to get your first 2 bets risk-free up to $2,000. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling and referral services. Thanks again to our friends at PointsBet. Use that code CHGO Bears.
I feel like we have to whiteboard my voice every 20, 30 minutes for our new viewers.
Yeah, the dude was he was coaching Carmel. Did you win yesterday?
Yes, 42-12.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that. 42-12. So you overcoached. You needed to shut up, and you were just yelling the whole damn time. So you have no voice now. Which, by the way, during the whole game today, I kept on telling you,
I know.
stop
I thought
talking.
I did a pretty good job. There were a couple moments, mainly when I started yelling at the referees. I got pretty upset about the second missed extra point.
I have
Special team stuff and the referees, they trigger me.
I have,
Okay.
I have it in the notes that with
Triggered.
4:42 left in the second quarter, you with no voice was screaming at the TV on a special teams play, poison, poison, poison. That's
true.
Just because you wanted to show that I'm a special teams coach and I know that we when the ball has hit the turf after a punt, you got to get out of it. So poison, poison, poison had to be said. And then right after that, you said I regret drafting Cole Kmet in fantasy. Things you didn't need to say, for the record.
I absolutely need to say that. I think he got me 0 points today. Well, I know he did. He didn't do anything.
I got Montgomery on 3 of my 4 fantasy teams. So that's all right. I'll take it.
You drafted Cole Kmet for the good of the show. Just say that, because
No, I don't feel good about it right now.
no. Well, you should.
You'll be fine.
Listen, it's a talking point for us. You did it for the show. You did it for me. You did it for Braggs. You did it for Lawrence. You did it for Kevin.
I feel okay. My guy Mark here has been just positive comments from the pregame show on about me getting through this voice situation.
I like it.
That's a positive.
gotta play
I feel like
through
he's
it.
my voice coach right now, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah,
We're getting through this.
And we promise that this will never happen again. Fingers crossed. By the way, Kevin is
Wait a minute, I'm not promising that.
Well, okay. I'm promising that. I'm going to do everything I can.
In all seriousness, first time in my life I've ever lost my voice like this.
Yeah, and
It normally does not happen, and it started to go before the game even. So I don't know if there's something else going on. I feel fine, so I don't think I'm sick. I don't know what it is.
okay, now you're fine. You're definitely not sick.
I'm not.
You're excellent.
But I'm just okay. Anyway, that's been whiteboarded. Let's move on.
But yeah, and Kevin Kadek mentioning the Bears are 4-0 in the CHGO era. Of course, I mean
That's a great point.
Super Bowl champs of the preseason,
Undefeated,
and 1-0 now.
20-0. Here we come.
And by the way, they just can we just underline how much more enjoyable it is going to be to watch this football team? I mean, on the pregame, I was like, look, wins and losses, we're not going to grade the season that way. Winning is a lot more fun than losing, but like I just feel like it's a likable crew. Flus, you're easy to root for. Justin Fields, you're easy to root for. Darnell Mooney, you're easy to root for. Dom Rob, I'm falling in love with you by the moment. Same thing with you, Jaquan Brisker. Kyler Gordon. The Bears have just a bunch of likable players right now. So all that feels just very, 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 very good at a 4-0 CHGO.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it wasn't pretty in the first half offensively. They finished the half ugly, getting a penalty out of field goal range because of the towel. You're like shaking your head. It's like meet the new Bears, same as the old Bears kind of feeling. And then they totally, wiped that away in the second half. But yeah, I mean, we keep trying to say, to keep your expectations low. I've been telling myself that all off season. Keep your expectations low. But at the same time, for them to get a win here is huge. It can't be understated, like I said, because they could have stared 0-2 down the barrel if that were the case. They'd be down on themselves. Buying into the philosophy is huge. It's just, for these guys to pull this out today, sliding in the water, I can't get over it because, it could really turn the beginning of this season early, get us into October, into competitive games where these guys are really fighting for each other.
Enrique referencing Friday's show here with this $5 super chat.
I was supposed to be there for breakfast and bongs.
Yeah.
Someone suggested on the pregame that marijuana would fix my voice.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think
hot
that's
tea might,
Well, Casey brought me some on the pregame show.
She's smart. That's what you got to do.
We ran out, but I do have hot water in here.
That might work too.
Helping a little bit.
And the other thing I was going to say too is we want to keep our expectations low, but the biggest storyline is Justin Fields' development. Can he take the next step? And in the first half, you're like, he's not going to take another step without the offensive line, right? Well, then they fix that, make some really nice plays in the second half, but still, numbers-wise, we still haven't gotten to that 300-yard, 4-touchdown performance. But I wasn't expecting that going into today when it's pouring down rain. But get the win out of the way. Now we get to some nice weathered games here in the next few weeks, and then let's get to the 300-yard.
It's our field guide
performance.
There's our field guide. Look at that.
Well said, Braggs. But that was a big point you made, and we have the stats in front of us. He finishes 8-17, 121, 2 touchdowns, interception. Nothing crazy here.
No, that's a typical.
Carr made it clear before the game. Wins do not matter. Only Justin Fields' performance. So this should be an L for you.
Well, yes and no, though, because he did have a huge
bounce back.
Second half, come out, be better. He showed some composure, got the confidence rolling. So, I mean, it's not a great day for him, but it's not a bad day either. And by the way, we keep on talking about just outdoors and whatnot. Just a reminder, if you're just joining us now, we are going to have our first Bears plus CHGO Tailgate. It's coming up for the Houston game. So not this coming Sunday, but September the 25th. After we're 2-0, beating the Packers, 8 a.m., CHGO family members going to be there. Food, drinks, live DJ, CHGO merch giveaways. Tickets are on sale right now. Go to the website, get yourself set up. Come and give Adam Hoge a hug. And here's oh wow, can we see Fields coming off the field?
You want to see that for real?
I do want to see that for real.
Yeah, give me a minute here. Let's do that. Keep talking about the tailgate.
Yeah, real
be right
quick
there.
on the tailgate. I mean, this is going to be a big part of what we're doing here at CHGO. Events like this, there's going to be more and more coming. This is going to be fun. I think Braggs will be there running the whole thing, I think. We'll be trying.
Hey, give me the keys to the car. I'll drive this baby.
We're going to try to make an appearance early on before our pregame show. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Got
so
awesome beanbag boards I saw came in.
Dude, we got a couple of them. They're set right there.
The ones and then the
flags over there.
Chicago flag ones.
The big ass Staley the Bear, which
Carm
Carm tried to pop.
You're going to let me bring the bear, or are you keeping him?
I'll let you bring the bear.
I think the Bears definitely.
The Bear's going to be there.
Let's go, baby. Let's do it, baby. Go.
How about that,
Let's huh? go, baby. Let's do it, baby. Dog.
All right.
That doesn't sound like a dude who's very
Courtesy.
concerned about his numbers.
Courtesy of the Bears right there.
What did
Yeah,
he say
thank
at
you,
the end?
thank you, Bears.
I didn't catch the very end.
I don't know.
Let's go, baby. Let's do it.
Can I give you another piece of news that everyone is going to enjoy here very much?
Yes.
Christian Watson dropped a wide open touchdown on the Packers' first play of the season.
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers loves that. You know how he feels about stuff.
Yeah,
like
his
that.
career's over already. That's
That
what
was the
someone said in
knock on
chat.
him, though. He had as many drops as touchdowns in college.
A couple super chats rolling in here. James Bradley. This is actually a $5.99 because he threw another $4 one in there, but without a comment. But he says, "Word of the day is discipline."
Good math.
Do you agree?
I don't know. I think word of the day is adjustments. I mean,
Yeah.
discipline is there with the penalties, but from going from what they at halftime and the feelings we had as fans and what we saw from the team, and then for them to turn around and win this game, the word of the day has to be adjustments.
I feel that.
The word of the day is we're back.
That's two words.
The word of the day is the Bears are functioning.
That's like seven words.
The word of the day is the Bears are interesting. The word of the day is the Bears somehow won a damn football game against a team that some people think is going to be that is in the Super Bowl conversation. That is where the Niners are.
Okay.
They were they play in the NFC
The
Championship
Packers
last year.
game is a coin flip game, right? After that, the Texans game.
Wow.
Let's just go with me
The
for a
Packers
second.
game is not a
Just
coin
go
flip.
with. Yes, it is. Go with me. We're 1-0.
Okay, fine. Coin flip.
Coin flip game.
Coin
now,
flip Packers.
Go
Oh,
past
Bears
the
should be
Packers.
favored.
All right, you
Bears by
got
3.
them beating the Packers. Texans game. Who's winning that game?
Bears.
The Giants game. Who's winning that game?
Bears.
The Commanders at home on a
Bears.
Thursday night.
Hey,
Well, now all of a sudden we're walking into the Patriots game like 5-0 or 4-1. So yeah, time to get on board, haters and doubters.
By the end of the show, this is going to be 17-0.
I mean, he said 20 earlier. I did hear that.
Momentum is a hell of a drug.
I mean, they
Get some.
have a very good chance through 4 games. A very good, maybe strong, but they have a legit chance to be at 3-1 through 4 games.
Correct. And then they play on Thursday night football at home against Carson Wentz. Bring it on.
That is
Bring on the pack. Green Bay sucks.
Now, there we go. That's the first time I've heard that on this postgame. Hey, Willie Beeman with $2 super
Won't
chat.
be the last.
National media is in shambles right now. Bear down.
I am.
the national media was chirping during the game too.
There were some tweets at halftime being like,
Everybody's
"This
lined
thing
up
is."
for their "I told you so"s.
Yeah,
you
no, they're
know?
like, "This thing should be locked up" when it was 7-0.
Yeah,
How'd that go?
yeah.
I mean, we could be sitting here and doing a completely different show, and it sort of felt like that at halftime. But I also could say right now, like, how slightly obvious was this that the 49ers, with a brand new quarterback who Kyle Shanahan was talking down before the game, were not ready to come in here and roll on a week when the Bears, like, this was a borderline Super Bowl for this team with how much they prepared for it. It doesn't feel all that surprising that this is what happened. And by the way, if you go back to our pregame show, you go watch those chats. There wasn't one person who wasn't picking the Bears to win this game. So hats off to our all of you out there. There was a lot of confidence coming in.
And I think we did a good job with it being like kind of 50-50. We all thought it'd be I think it was
We all had 'em
unanimous.
covering.
We all had them
Coin flip
covering.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but you just say next week's a coin flip game. All right. Read this super
$5 super chat. When JF1 needed to step up and make a play, he did. Sounds like a good day to me. Not great, but he did enough to win the game. Hells yes,
That's fair.
John Davis. Yeah, that is fair. That's exactly what happened. So,
Ooh, that reminds me.
yes.
We have to play bear or not a bear.
Okay.
Oh,
let's
no,
do
I'm not
bear,
ready
a
for
bear.
it. Yeah, okay.
What?
Well, I don't have the graphic. That's just sad.
It's okay. But equanimity is St. Brown.
St.
I blew it.
John.
I blew it.
Yeah.
Let's do it later.
Yeah.
Let's do it later. Let's reset it later.
Hey,
We'll
we got
do it
another
again.
super chat while we're not talking about what you just did there. This is from Jake. We know Jake. $4.99. Will Matt Eberflus ever lose? Serious question. Bear down.
Never. Not as long as I'm here, Jake.
Does Jake expense his super chats? That's
I
what
don't
wanna
know. I believe we should see if Brandon wants to send another super chat to tell us. Maybe he can tell us.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, as soon as I left the stadium, I wanted to make sure I got here on time. It was just so I stayed for halftime I watched the first drive of the second half. They score a field goal. They kick a field goal. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go. So I make sure I make it on time. As soon as I walk out of the stadium, all hell breaks loose. I can hear the stadium roaring behind me as I'm running to go find an Uber. And then by the time I pull up to the studio, the Bears are winning. So I guess that means I should never step foot in that stadium again. And just stay here and harass
Just with us.
all of you
Just be with us.
here at the CHGO Sports Studios.
You're not harassing anybody.
I actually liked seeing your
like
content
the
from this
harassment?
morning, and I love the harassment. Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I did not like Braggs' walk-in today. What was the first thing that you said?
He was
missed
pissed about the extra point.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
know. I
right.
got
That's
out
something
of the
you should
Uber.
be
I
mad
didn't know he
about.
missed it.
Well, but I mean, the dude just came from Soldier Field. The Bears are winning, and your first thing to do was to whine. I mean, that's not.
I'm
not
like
how
a
you-
wet dog.
whining.
You know, my socks are
You
soaked.
sound like the idiot on Twitter that was mad at me that I even mentioned that it happened.
It was a,
I literally tweeted bad time for a missed extra
Well,
point.
I mean,
and everyone's like, why are you being so negative?
Yeah, but
Because
Greg-
it sucks.
negative media.
Make it.
See, look at that's what's happening. Is I'm starting to go to the dark side and I'm thinking
Yeah.
negative things.
Yeah.
I blame you, Mark.
Greg Braggs Jr. never says anything negative in my mind. You retweet everything. You are the pot of
company
gold
man.
at the end of the rainbow. You are the sunshine on a rainy day. That's you. And when you walked in, I thought you were gonna come over, give me a hug, give me a dab.
If I wasn't so wet, you'd have got it. But I figured I'd spare you.
And you were like, what's up with the extra? What's up with the extra point? They're up 19-10.
Well, because at that point, I really just want them to win the game. So those little things are what spoils, a comeback victory. So I was worried.
You should have known that this Bear D
Should've
wasn't
known.
giving up
It's
nothing.
an unstoppable force.
Which is the
Great job, Fitz.
I
see you.
I want to know. Is this
is-
Bear D real? Y'all think it's real? We got another super chat from Fitz, $5. Thank you so much. Cash $1,000 on bet on a Pettis anytime touchdown. Congratulations, brother! Got it plus 3,500 on Monday. This is Hoge's share for hyping him up, dude. You're making people money. Way to go!
This is what I was talking about during the middle of the game. I was trying to think of. We had a segment. I have no idea what day of the week it was now at this point, or even week, but it was which wide receiver do we think could break out? And my answer was, besides Mooney, by the way, was not an option. My answer was, to be honest, I don't really like any of them to break out. But if I had to pick one, it would be Pettis, just because I really liked his route running in that last preseason game. Love the route on the wide open touchdown where he's just standing there.
That's how you draw it
can't
up,
teach
right?
that.
That's how you draw it up.
You can't teach that.
Dante Pettis has been a straight breath of fresh air, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
of course.
He
every
had one target today, one catch.
but he
51-yard touchdown.
That's what we need every game.
I'll take that.
One a game.
I mean that this.
All right, I got something.
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
Do you guys remember what Matt Nagy? I know I'm not allowed to say his name. We should have a jar and put money in
We
it.
should.
we should do it.
The first, we should have a Matt Nagy jar. They do that on the Hawk Show with the previous GM's name. Remember the first play he ever ran?
Yes.
Lambeau. He went T formation.
T formation.
Okay. And then,
I conveniently forgot that.
yeah, and the rest of it was all disaster. How
He
about
wore
the
a
Bears?
fedora into the game that
Yeah,
day.
he did. He did. How about the Bears opening with a screen today?
It was.
And it was almost an
it
interception
was
for a
it was
touchdown.
gross.
I just picture Matt Nagy wherever he was, just screaming at his TV because the Bears ran a screen. Now it didn't go well.
Yeah.
It almost went for an interception.
it looked
I got a kick out of the fact that the first play was a screen.
Yeah, and I had a heart attack because it looked like that thing was going to get picked, and I'm like, oh my God, we haven't gotten better at all, and now we're sitting here with a 19-10 win. Thomas, thank you for your $4.99 super chat. I know this is a Bears show, but it's a show. Some love for Maserati Mitch
baby.
Trubisky.
Good for Mitch.
Hey, my
Good for
other
Mitch.
lock this week was the Steelers. I'm assuming they covered. I know there was kind of a comeback going on there. What's the final? Oh no, Pitt won. So and remember that was my playoff bet. I loved Steelers 1-0, baby.
You did, and I like.
Don't worry, I got everything else wrong.
I like what just happened here. Like I don't want to spend this season worrying about whether or not Mitch Trubisky is good and whether the Bears blew with Trubisky, because they didn't. And Mitch, go ahead. Get some W's, hang out with Mike Tomlin and company, beat the Bengals and whoever else. Mitch Trubisky, you say whatever you want about him, and I've said a lot. He sucked and it was a disaster, but you can't, like, he's not a bad guy. Go ahead. Do well in Pittsburgh. I'm not rooting. I've seen a lot of conversation on Twitter like, so the Bears got around Trubisky. Like, we don't need that. Yeah. I'm happy with who we have at quarterback and let him go do well in Pittsburgh. Should we bring in Will? Are we ready for Will?
We got to wait for.
Yeah, apparently they're playing Justin's presser over the PA where he's at, so it's very loud, and we'd hear more of that than Will. So
I'm interested to hear from Will on his thoughts about this defensive line. So I'll ask you guys, because we lose Akeem Hicks, Eddie Goldman, retires or whatever he's doing, and then Khalil Mack. The big move, Ryan Pohl's first move really as GM was to trade a megastar in Khalil Mack. And, Bears fans, have been certainly very defensive and chesty about, downgrading what this team's potential was. And they pointed out, like, hey, Akeem Hicks and Khalil Mack weren't healthy last year. I felt like the defensive line today was flying around the football and causing havoc for Trey Lance. And with some new names. I know Robert Quinn isn't a new name, but the rest of them, I thought they did a really, really, really nice job.
Listen. Maybe Khalil Mack will have a good year, but I liked the trade the day it happened. Khalil Mack is, I don't know if I'm going to say he's done, but he is definitely on the downside, and whether he'll ever be healthy again, I don't know. And it made 100% sense.
Absolutely.
It was time to get as much as you could and get that salary out of here, and that's what they did.
Now you got a rookie in Dominique Robinson flying around the football.
Yeah, who obviously isn't Khalil Mack, but like as a whole, the pass rush was there.
Yeah,
it was.
Group effort.
Especially because Robert Quinn, for the most part, kind of had a quiet day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he did look sweet when the rain was coming down on him.
And he was bouncing.
Yeah.
That was a cool moment.
And Robert Quinn, captain, we love you, Rob. Glad you're still here. Let's not – I'm just looking at some of the stuff here. Kyle Waddle, let's not go all the way to Komet as a bust because because look, nobody caught footballs today. Like
First of all, and we're having fun overreacting here. You got to be careful with week one overreactions. Regardless,
I will not be
okay.
careful.
Certainly, any offensive overreactions, I think, considering the weather. Not great, though, that Cole Kmet only had 1 target, 0 catches.
But no, who had –
But here's the other thing.
No one had anything.
Mooney had 1 catch, right? Isn't that what he finished with?
He had 1 catch, and it was late.
And we know Mooney's good. Darnell Mooney had 1 catch, 8 yards. We know he's good. There's going to be more moments for Cole Kmet. He's not a bust. It's not a great start, but
I think you can have some confidence that Cole Kmet is going to have a decent year because of what you saw with different Bears, especially Equiminius St. Brown running free in the end zone. Luke Getsy is going to be able to scheme some stuff up for him. We saw it in the preseason. I think we will see it in the regular season sooner than later. So I'm not saying that he's going to be great, but I also think that he's at least can be a capable Cole Kmet. How's that? I think
Absolutely.
That feels very fair.
I'm not going to overreact about anything offensively in a day like today. It was terrible out there. The sloppiest conditions I've ever seen at Soldier Field. And I've been to a lot of games. So, they won the game. So they won the slop fest, the slug fest, the soup bowl. I saw somebody in the chat call it, we had the fog bowl. Now we had the soup bowl at Soldier Field. So now you move on to drier days, and then we can make a fair assessment on the offensive continuity of Cole Kmet and Justin Fields.
It also wasn't the soup bowl. It rained, and it was a factor, but it really didn't get nasty until the very end, and the game was decided at that
right
point.
when the Bears took the lead.
Yeah.
The 9-point lead.
Right.
Hey,
yes, but
that's when the rain. We heard it here in our studios. Yeah. All of a sudden, it was like, oh my goodness! And then like 3 minutes later, it was pouring over
Yeah,
there.
but
We'll never know. But if bright sun,
because of how bad it rained in the pregame,
Yeah, early.
the field was wet. Like every time a guy was tackled, you
But-
saw splashes of
But
water.
the
come out.
Bears thought they could dry the field with a towel.
I thought it was a great idea, Trenton Gill.
You ever try to dry a wet grassy field with a towel?
He wasn't thinking that he was going to be able to do a full dry situation. He was just trying to help out Cairo Santos as best as possible. Clearly, Cairo needed the help today. Good effort. If he had Will tweeted it, and maybe I can find it real quick. But it was the size of the towel that was the problem. If he had just used the towel that fits there,
Yeah, it was like a beach towel.
you're right. You can't bring the beach
There
towel
was
out.
a giant ass beach towel out there.
But when there is a torrential global warming downpour that happened today, you should be able to have a beach towel and bring it out. NFL needs to rethink this. Trenton Gill was showing us the future, and he just got shouted down by the referees who were way too letter of the law either. If I was a referee, I would have looked the other way. Don't worry about that huge towel that he just threw away right there.
Hey.
Let's go.
Since we're waiting for Will and Nick, wow, this might be a good time to do your yellow pad.
Right now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Real quick, though, there's a super chat on screen that I want to shout out to Anthony.
Where's the Victory Malort?
Where is it? I'm down. I'll have some Malort right the hell now.
Okay.
I'm not doing the Malort. I will do something else. We've covered this.
We can bust out a post game beer right now. I mean, I'm down. I like. By the way, my own strategy today. I have not had a thing to eat. I've just slugged coffee.
What are you, Dave Ennett?
You guys all got Chipotle and went big. And
Why didn't you eat?
I was too excited to eat. I'm gonna have a great dinner after this. We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch some late afternoon football. We're gonna see if the Vikings can get the Packers and celebrate a Bears win in the first show. I like everything I've done today. Braggs, what have you eaten today?
I actually was smart enough to get a little slice of pizza just before halftime because I hadn't eaten all day either, and I was thinking to myself, I need a little energy, so I better grab something real quick. So I was thinking on my toes for a second.
I feel excellent. Should we do my notes right now, Lawrence? Yeah. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
Notes.
Here we go. I got 5 pages today, which is a little under my normal. I think I just got too excited. But in my 5 pages, first thing I started out today was the Flus anthem. I thought the Flus in the anthem when he was armed up, he had such a serious look on his face. I was like, this guy is just
Strong Flus.
This is just amazing. And then I don't know why I wrote this down, but I said the field looks amazing, not Justin Fields. The field looks amazing. Then I was commenting on the not too many empty seats. Then midway down the pad here on page 1, I got the serious Flus. So I mean a whole lot of Flus. Talano Hufanaga, am I saying that even remotely?
Hufunga.
He was awesome.
Yeah, he was really good.
He was literally everywhere.
And he's got the coolest name on the field.
I mean that dude was a straight problem. Dante Pettis with the hits principle on the pick I wrote. I'm not even I somehow Dante made it.
Did he make the tackle?
Yeah, right. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
On the quadruple coverage, Pettis was quick to the football and taking people down. Dante, I saw you, buddy. Hits principle right there. Dominic Robinson with 4 exclamation points on his sack. Dom Rob, shout out to you, Chris Bowden over at WGN. I think you were the first guy that mentioned Dom Rob. I like Dom Rob. How do you feel, guys?
Dom Rob.
Do you like Dom Rob? Dom Rob?
I've heard it before. Yeah, Dom Rob.
Okay, I hadn't heard it.
D-Rob.
Apparently they call him Dom. The biggest one, Trenton Gill. He's just Trent. I don't know why the Bears haven't made a big, literally in his locker, it just says Trent Gill.
Really? That's interesting.
But I think they need to make that a little bit more clear to people.
First Hoge quote on page 1 was quote, "This already feels painful watching this offense." That was about 5 minutes into the game. Adam Hoge, ladies and gentlemen.
it
That's
page
was.
so
1.
fast, my friend.
That was true at that point in the game.
It most definitely was. I got a bunch of quotes here from Hoge on
This is my
page
favorite
2.
part because I never even know what I say during the games, and then he writes them all down and then brings them back.
Let's see here. Fields gets a call on a late slide. I highlighted that with Nick Bosa beating Braxton Jones a little bit later. And then Hoge. I've made a lot of bad predictions calling yourself out early in the game.
It's like wrong on Cole Kmet TD. I hit the Bears first quarter. It was 0-0, but I still got it
Yeah,
right.
I have that down too. You were boasting about the fact that you won the first quarter, even though nothing happened.
Win's a win, baby. That's all that matters.
3rd and 9, Hoge. I like the Bears ran it. I like that call. Disaster was about to strike. So you were definitely feeling
That
like
was
this.
a concede and punt situation.
Page 2 also has poison with 4:42 left in the second quarter. Special teams coach on a punt. That was fantastic.
Maybe they could have hurt me.
Third page starts out with I regret drafting Cole Kmet in fantasy. So there was that.
It's always this fantasy team.
I do make a lot of fantasy comments.
Oh, and also on page 3 here, the Flus scribble pad, whatever the hell that thing.
That was weird.
I
it was like
love
the
it.
size of my iPhone mini,
Yeah.
and he had just all these random.
He's got a little
words and numbers written on it.
Yeah, see,
Like the Zodiac killer.
It was something like that.
Nagy's,
It looked like Aaron Rodgers' tattoo.
Nagy's BU laminated was way too perfect, and then what you also saw in that thing was half of it was just empty on the backside. There was just nothing. I'm like, Flus had a little tiny thing, but it was just covered with a zillion different Flus notes. I absolutely love his scribble pad. I hope people ask him about it. Maybe Will did or Nick did. We're gonna have Will in a second here, by the way. Let's see here. 19 yards I wrote down as we got to halftime with no wide receiver catching a ball in the first half. That was not good. All right, sorry there, buddy. My bad, Adam.
Oh, they're funnier when you think
I was just going to give a shout out to all the Packer fans in my text messages that were, they had a lot to say early on.
Not so.
Then it got awful quiet.
Not so chirpy anymore.
Where's the one? Keep going. I'm sorry.
I actually did a bad job in the second half quoting you. I don't have anything left on page 4 and 5.
Oh no!
But what I do have is Armon Watts. I thought was on the television screen quite a bit. I thought he was noticed out there, so that was good. The Gordon third down completion was ugly. But then Pringle for 23, Pettis for 51. We actually started to see the offense late. The Robert Quinn dance, we mentioned that earlier. And then I was getting nervous I would get off the field, but the Trey Lance with that huge third down completion to the weird tight end who I had never heard of. I was nervous at that point, but then Eddie Jackson with the pick, Bears win, and that'll do it for firm notes for week number 1, Bears 19-10. Are we?
Love it.
Yep. Will DeWitt out at Soldier Field. Will Hockey Stick. His first game ever covering the regular season in the press box, and it's a win, Will. Good to have you, brother.
Hey, it's great to be here, guys. Bears win. It was an impressive victory in the second half. For them to come back the way they did, I think it showed a lot of that resiliency that we've heard about throughout the entire offseason. But I don't know what the view looked like at home from the TV, what this field looked like, but I swear to God, it looked like Lake Michigan, which is taking over Soldier Field. It looked like a lake out there instead of an actual
we're still
grass.
5 years away from that happening, but yeah.
Global warming, yay.
Hopefully. Hey, what did they say post-game, Will, about the towel moment? Was that covered? I'm assuming it was.
So, yes, I actually talked to Trent Gill and Cairo Santos about the towel moment. And we were talking to Gill about it first. And Cairo actually came over because he wanted to take full responsibility for that penalty.
That's awesome.
He and Gill had no idea about this rule. Neither did the coaches. But pretty much what Cairo was trying to do is he's the one that brought out the towel. He set it down. He said he was using his feet on the towel to kind of flatten the grass because it was kind of lumpy and he wanted to kind of get it smooth, but the referee thought he was trying to dry the field, and that's when there's a problem. He mentioned he did the same thing last year in the Seattle game with the snow to kind of flatten it down, so he thought it shouldn't have been a penalty, but that's what it was. So Cairo Santos took full responsibility, wasn't trying to dry the field, was trying to actually get that flat surface for him to actually make that kick. So that's kind of where Tailgate goes.
They'll never do it again.
Yeah. Is this a new – I don't know if you even know, Will. I've never heard of this rule ever. Is it a new rule? Was the towel too big? I mean, we're getting a little ridiculous here with the rules, I feel like.
Yeah, they said it wasn't the size of the towel. It was the official believing they were trying to dry the surface. And, again, the Bears thought they were just trying to get it flat. He's like, Cairo Santos said, I didn't expect that towel to dry the field because it was pretty soaked as it was.
Well, right, that was my point here. What the hell are you going to do with a towel on the field?
Right.
Which is why does the rule even exist? Do they really think that you're going to dry the field with the towel?
A for effort, F for the rule.
And pretty
Come on.
impressive the ref even knew of the rule to
I
throw
was
the
impressed by that
flag.
too.
Well, and I need a football historian here, but what game was it where they brought out the snow plow?
Patriots, Dolphins.
Yeah. So if that's legal, why can't you bring a towel out?
Well, that wasn't legal. You're talking about the 1980s?
Yes.
They brought out
Yeah.
That was not legal, I don't think.
But they did it.
Right,
Wow.
but I think they got penalized. The rule happened because of that, I believe, is what happened.
Okay. I'll have to do
fair
a little
enough.
Squeegee next time.
We'll recap
Will,
that.
let me
part
ask
tomorrow.
you, Will, follow up, since you were talking to Cairo Santos, what do you have to say about the missed extra points? Just in general, the kicking wasn't great today.
Yeah, he just really kind of put it on the field conditions as it was. He said, pre-game, he didn't really have much issue, but as the game wore on and the field conditions kind of worsened, it just kind of what led to it. He doesn't believe it's going to be any long-standing issue of that nature. I know there were people on Twitter kind of a little upset and freaking out. Our A-plus kickers out here missing some of these extra points, and they were crucial extra points. As we knew, it kept it as a field goal game at 1 point, and then it turned into a 9-point game instead of 10 down the stretch. So that was the other one. I know I was moving rooms before I was able to get on here, and I know, Greg, you wanted to know some thoughts about this defensive line. I talked to Dom Robb. I heard that name, by the way. I like it. I talked to Dom Robb about getting his first career sack and what he saw out there in the field, and he actually mentioned he and Robert Quinn individually both saw something on film. It's a tell from Trey Lance and how he taps one of his feet pre-snap. And once he saw that, he knew it was automatically a pass play, so they can get off and get after him a little bit harder. So I thought that was a really interesting nugget to kind of get out of that locker room today.
That's
Gold Star DeWitt, and that's
amazing.
awesome.
That's some legitimately awesome reporting right there.
And that's awesome reporting and an awesome job by a vet and a rookie, hits principle, studying, getting any edge you can. That's big time. How would you describe Dom Robb in person, Will? What impresses you about him? I'm assuming
he's just humble yet confident, and all at the same time. He's I forgot who asked him, but someone asked, like, "Are you surprised? Like, you were just playing wide receiver like a couple of years ago." He's like, "Oh, I've been all over throughout my life. I used to be a running back, quarterback, wide receiver, safety. I played all over." Yeah, so he mentioned that tell. It was pretty much Trey like tapping one of his feet, and he said he saw it on tape, and then he mentioned it to Robert Quinn, and Quinn's like, "Oh, you're watching film. I noticed that too. We must have something here because I thought I saw that." So them to find it independently and come back together to kind of make that solidified, I thought was really neat. Instead of them like watching it together, it was like independent study coming to the same conclusion.
To stay with the defense, Will, because I'm sure we're going to fire at you with these offensive questions here soon, but Jaquan Brisker, I've said it a few times here today and once on the postgame show. As soon as I get home, I'm buying this dude's jersey. Talk about a monster of the midway. When he stands there, I was in the north end zone, and he's as big as the linebackers. This dude is a monster, a literal monster. I can't be more excited about Jaquan Brisker. Did you get a chance to talk to him, or your thoughts on his game today?
Unfortunately, did not get a chance to talk to him. I did get to talk to Eddie Jackson, though, so we can get on that in a moment. But Jaquan Brisker, I mean, the fact that we saw what he can do in the preseason, and then he had to miss a couple of games with that injury, but he made his impact felt right away in this defense. San Francisco marches down the field, gets into the red zone. He and Jalen Johnson combining that forced fumble recovery. I think Jaquan Brisker is going to be special with Greg, so go buy that jersey. Don't even wait till you get home. Do that before you leave the studio. I think it'll be worth every second there, too. I would get the jersey, but I think Adam Lease knows, like, I have a terrible luck with history with jerseys, so I'm not allowed to buy a Jaquan Brisker jersey, and I know a lot of our listeners know that too. But no, he was all over the field here today, and I thought for his debut game here in the NFL, he looked the part, and I don't think this moment was too big for him whatsoever. Eddie Jackson, you guys, he felt so good to finally get that monkey off his back a little bit about not getting those interceptions, those takeaways over the last couple of years. He mentioned like all the ones that he had called back, those touchdowns. Like, I've never seen that happen before. Yeah, but for him to finally get one that counts, he's feeling really good about it. Mentioned it's just a defense right call, and they kind of knew with Trey Lance being inexperienced, they can get after him a little bit, force him into some of those errant throws, and I knew it was just a matter of time before someone got a interception against him too. And they just like the play call too as well. So that was what I heard from Eddie Jackson. And then Switching to the offense real quick, I spoke to Tevin Jenkins because I wanted to know what was going on between him and Lucas Patrick. That was a plan they discussed throughout most of the week, although they waited until today to make it final. So they did alternate throughout the week. He didn't know exactly if he would start and play the whole game or not. But when they got here today, went through warm-ups, the decision was made that they're going to kind of do that rotation. He's unsure if it's going to carry over for weeks ahead. But I asked him, do you want this job full time? He's like, well, absolutely. I want to make sure this is my job. I'm glad to be here. A few weeks ago, I didn't think I was going to be here, but I'm glad after everything that happened that I'm here. And even though it wasn't that exact situation, they wanted to start a full game, I think he was still proud of his efforts. But yeah, the fact that was a plan that was discussed throughout the week and wasn't even fully finalized until today, I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm a little confused. What is that? Are they trying to just get his feet wet, or is it worried about how much he can handle with his physically? Was that explained, Will? It's kind of I'm confused by people who are watching right now, like my guy Robert Murray, who picked the 49ers to win today. But what do you got on why they did that?
The why would have been a great follow-up question. I saw some other people, and I was kind of bouncing around the locker room a bit. So yeah, A+ reporting for Dom Rob. C- for me and Tevin Jenkins. I'll be better next time.
And why wait? And why wait to tell them today? If that's your plan and you're going to go through it all week, have them prepared for that moment. It seems odd to me to wait till today to be okay, this is what we're doing officially.
I mean, it sort of makes sense on some level if
keeping him on their toes.
You want to get Tevin experience. You think he's ready to play some, but not necessarily play all. You want Lucas out there too, and he's dealing with an injury. Maybe he's not physically up to it. So splitting it around, it's a little odd, but
yes,
well, I don't know. It worked.
Find out next week, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't. I kind of feel the same way. I'm a little confused on the reasoning for it. But hey, it worked.
Did you guys talk about the penalty differential? Because that was one I was keeping my eyes on, and that's something that carried over from that preseason because the Bears were disciplined. But 12 for 99 for San Francisco, and the Bears had 24 penalty yards, and 15 came in at dumb towel penalty. So yet again, I think that smart play, if you're looking at all the hits principle, I think smart was a big one here today. The Bears allowed San Francisco to kind of shoot themselves in the foot and really outside of knocking themselves out of field goal range with Tailgate. Was a pretty clean game overall, so I'm glad you guys hit on that.
Yeah, the key words today have been adjustment, probably is the biggest one, and then discipline, with the penalties for sure. Those were the cookie crumbs we saw in the preseason carry over into this game.
What do you got on the quarterback, Will? I'm going to ask the same thing to you, Nick.
That's what we all want to know.
Yeah, so Nick was the one that was in Justin's press conference. I heard some of it before I started trying to find a room over here. But what I saw on the field, I was so frustrated in the first half. The offensive line wasn't doing much. The field conditions obviously weren't deteriorating too much at that point. The rain wasn't too hard, yet Justin can only complete 3 passes, and those were to running backs. 2 to Montgomery, 1 to Khalil Herbert, and it was a grand total of 20 yards. But for him to be able to turn things around how he did in the second half, making plays with his legs when things broke down, finding Dante Pettis on that broken play all the way across the field for that wide open throw, and Dante made a great play after the catch, and that just really built some great momentum in the second half. So I thought Justin, for all the struggles that he and the offense had in the first half, for him to come out in the second half and put the team on his back and will this team to victory, I think was a tremendous effort by him. You can tell he was ecstatic after this game. He was hype too. So Justin, again, tale of two halves, but I think there's a lot to like in that second half for sure.
Hey, Will, great stuff. Can't wait to read you at allchgo.com. You want to give us a little hint as to what you might be working on over there?
Ooh, good question. See, I have a 5-hour drive to really kind of figure this out, but I believe it has to be something about these defensive rookies, Dom Rob, Jaquan Brisker showing out, or some of these new wide receivers making big plays when it matters, one or the other, or maybe both. You never know. I'm an overachiever. We'll see how it goes.
It's awesome. Hey, Will, great stuff. We'll be reading and listening and watching and missing you. Good hop on, brother.
Hey, thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show, and go Bears.
Bear down. All right,
Was it a good hop on?
I thought
It was a good hop on.
it was a good hop on.
It was a good hop on.
Is that too old school? Is it not a hop on?
No,
anymore?
I've heard about
Brags.
hopping on. I just never heard it called a good hop on.
It's a great hop on.
I thought it was a good hop on.
It was a good hop on.
Hey, shout out to our friends at Gametime Tickets, which I hope some of you jumped in late today. It was you could get yourself in the south end zone for $69 right before game time, which was
Tickets
awesome.
probably would have been worth double if you had been in a dome today.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Don't.
I slipped into
don't
Ted Phillips
do
there.
that
I apologize.
BS. We don't need that right now.
Just turned into Ted.
Bears fans loved being at Soldier Field today, didn't they, Braggs?
Loved it.
They loved it, damn
Loved it.
Game Time's the hottest new ticketing site. Makes it easier than ever to score the best deals on tickets to, of course, Bears games, sports, concerts, shows, Cub game tonight. I bet you there's some good deals on there right now. I can't pull it up right now because I'm reading this ad. But Game Time is awesome. By the way, you get in a sweet seat for less. This is how I like to live my life. Never pay face value. Get on Game Time and get in for cheap. The Cubs tickets got to be $1 tonight. Who are they playing? The Reds? Let's go. 50-yard line right behind home plate. Let's live the dream.
Let's check. What do you say we check?
Yeah, go ahead and check it out, Lawrence. I appreciate
I'll
it.
do that.
If you love CHGO, you're going to love Game Time. It's the best way to support us is buying your tickets through the link in the description. Get her done. Hey, buy a Bears ticket up in Green Bay.
Is "get her done" written in that read, or did you ad lib that?
I might have used some ad liberty right there. There are 15 million damn people who have downloaded the Game Time app. So you should do the same. Best seats, all your favorite events, Wrigley Field, Lambeau Field. I know we're all anti-Green Bay, but Lambeau Field is an amazing experience, and to see the Bears get their second win of the season would be sweet. I would recommend getting those. You can buy them right now, or you could buy them right up to game time on the Game Time app.
Hey, speaking of hating Green Bay, Bear Forever 14 just threw us $5 to say that the Packers got stuffed on the goal line. Still 7-zip Vikings.
Thank you for the updates.
And I think we want Minnesota winning that game, but a lot of people
Tie. How about a tie?
I do because I bet them to win the North.
Well, there you go. There you go. So yes,
$12 bleacher seats for tonight.
$12.
$12.
What's the cheapest ticket?
$4. $4 and $4.28.
Yeah, and if
Which,
you
hey,
click
underneath the roof, which you
They're
might
not
need tonight.
Are they going to be able to play tonight?
Who knows?
the drainage.
I hear the
system
heavy
at
stuff
Wrigley
isn't
is
coming
ahead of
down for a
Soldier
while.
Field.
Just a little bit.
So yes,
Just a little bit.
I don't know. I don't have the weather forecast for tonight, but if it stops raining, they'll be playing baseball tonight at Wrigley. That's just you just want to hate on the Cubs. So go ahead, it's okay.
No. Why would I hate? I have nothing to hate on the Cubs.
Good.
Not even an ounce of a drop
That's
of
what I thought.
a White Sox coming out of you right now.
I don't even have marquee. I've watched less than 5 minutes of Cubs baseball all year.
There's a shot. There it is. That's it.
What? No, that's
Listen,
me.
it's marquee shot.
Cogue and I did Cubs post-game shows when they won
I
the
was
World.
supportive.
You did your best. You did. You did
I was very supportive. While you and Andy Mazer were in the corner crying, somebody had to actually do the show.
You would walk in and you'd be like, "Go Cubs, go!"
I did do that. 'Cause that song's stupid.
All right, let's Game Time app. They appreciate you guys. Let's bring in our guy Nicholas Moriano out at Soldier Field, who also was covering his first ever Bears regular season game, is now 4-0 as a Bears reporter for CHGO. Nick, how's it feeling, brother? What's your number one coming out of the locker room? Bears win 1-0. Highlight. I don't know. Did they bring back Club Dub, or is that
No more.
No more of that, right? So good to see you, Nick. What's going on, my brother?
Good to see you guys. It looks like you're having fun on the post game. First one for the Bears. I was at the press conference today. I let Will go into the locker room and kind of scout that out to see what was going on
So
there.
we got a
But
weird.
I think
It's hard to sound worse than me on the show.
Nick's got
Uh-oh,
a
But
weird connection.
something about Nick's
It
connection.
sounded like Pig Latin.
Yeah.
it doesn't sound good.
No,
Let's see if I can get
you are
It
unsound.
almost sounds like he's doing a bit.
You are
Well, it sounds
unlistenable
like-
right now.
I don't know,
think we
yeah.
reconnect.
Let's
Lawrence?
hang up
What
and
do you think?
reconnect. Let's hang up and reconnect.
Yeah.
We'll try again. Hey.
We'll
Go
reboot.
use Will's setup.
I'm so
Wherever
fr-
Will was, just go do that.
I'm so
Yeah.
frustrated because I was trying to snap a pic. There was a guy above your shoulder.
Was
and
he
the
naked
neighbor-
again?
He had no shirt on.
Naked guy.
Oh,
was
that's
out
the
there.
naked guy was
shirtless
out there.
guy just pulling heaters
Yeah,
all
it was-
day long.
Well, next time he comes back out, if he's a quick heater guy, then I'll
See,
give him
we
another
joked
shot.
around though about him still being shirtless in February. Today's pretty close.
Fair weather.
like it.
Got his shirt off.
Hold on. I was reading something. What? Who's this naked person?
There's a naked person in the balcony across the alley.
has
Oh,
shorts.
him.
He has
By the way,
shorts on.
Oh, yeah, he has shorts on, yeah.
People who watch Friends understand the reference, I hope. Naked guy in the window.
And shout out to someone in the chat who talked about the hop-ons. You're going to get some hop-ons. That's a George Bluth Arrested Development quote. So that's good, too.
I love the hop-ons.
No, but,
Mark
you
says it sounds like Nick was mocking me. Kind of.
I don't want to bring the tone down at all, but you talked about the emotion that Mark had and Andy had for the Cubs winning the World Series, and I have to admit there was a pretty emotional moment today at Soldier Field. Jim Corneliuson singing the national anthem.
It's pretty dope.
9/11 obviously is a day we all remember here in the United States, and it was a tremendous moment. Like, honestly, I filmed it. I put it on Twitter. It's a great moment. And everyone, like Jim is known for singing at Blackhawks games. So they gave the Blackhawks cheer during the whole national anthem, instead of just singing along. Everyone's screaming and going crazy. And, the fireworks are going off. And then Jim Corneliuson says, "Still there," and puts his hand out. And, like, honestly, I got emotional just watching that, just as somebody who loves going to games, but also appreciates, the sacrifices that some people in this country make to serve our country, to allow me to have the freedoms and the rights to be able to have fun at games and things like that. Like I said, I don't want to try to bring it down too much here, but it was a notable moment for me. Just thinking about it right now put chills down my back. It was a tremendous moment for the day.
You're not bringing anything down.
Well,
dude.
it obviously
I understand there's a seriousness.
That's what I mean.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate you doing that, bringing it up, and also I love that they went Blackhawks intro style cheer the whole way through.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that's a great look right there. Should we try Nick one more time?
Let's try Nick
Let's do
again.
it.
Let's do it.
Nick?
Let's go, Nick.
What's up, buddy? Speak. Let me hear you.
Hear me? Do I sound off?
Oh God.
Go find Will's setup.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like it's stopping and starting. I don't know.
It's like you're talking 100,000 miles an hour.
There's a lag.
Yeah, there's
It's
definitely
like
something
it's
wrong
trying. The
there.
audio's trying to catch up
Where'd
with
it-
what you're saying through the mic.
Yeah, where'd Will go?
Because
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
you have to-
Ah, man, Soldier Field not happening.
Hey, Nick, we love you, and we can't wait to see you on set, and we can't wait to read you at allchgo.com.
There it is.
That's
There
so.
it is.
We'll,
Nick will have all the coverage along with Will. All right.
if he just finds Will's setup, Will's was nice.
yeah.
We still got to get through my notes. Okay.
Yes, Hoge's notes.
Okay.
Hoge's notes.
Carm note greater than Hoge's notes. Hoge's notes
Oh,
greater
yours
than
are
Carm.
way better.
They've got to be more organized than Mark's notes because we saw Adam take notes at the town hall meeting, so we know what he's capable of. I'm not trying to, I see you're taking offense to this, but it's, I mean,
I mean,
Go through a hole?
that's what I'm saying.
What's going
He
on
looks like
here?
he chewed on it.
I need a new pad, but that's because I'm taking a lot of notes. This is a dedicated Bears host. Damn it! I had to write on the back side of the other pages. It's also somebody who cares about the environment, ladies and gentlemen, using both sides to get her done.
I
over
mean, if
here.
you cared about the environment, you'd use an iPad.
You said get her done a lot.
Yeah.
So that's
My guy right here, PDX V-Man, just got back from the field, soaked, fantastic game. Can't wait for a dome in 10 years. F the weather. My guy.
Your dome is coming. That was clearly established this
All right.
week. Yes,
Quickly.
Hoge notes.
I already mentioned the screen on the first play. Didn't work, but still loved it. Peanut punch for Jalen Johnson. Shout out to him. Great job. Came through right away when they needed him most. We had that bad offsides penalty when 49ers were driving.
That was
that?
bad.
That was not good.
Justin Jones.
That was not good. Jaquan Brisker. Love him. Get his jersey. Bad missed tackle on that 3rd and 13
Yes.
quarterback draw
Yes.
that Trey Lance had.
Yep.
Got to make the play. Got to make the play. Okay, my thing on the towel rule. No one knew about that rule. It's a weird, stupid rule. Is it not the most Bears thing ever for them to be the team, though, that discovers it?
Of course.
Like, that is a Bears thing. kicks them out of field goal range. They can't score at that point in the game. It's like, come on, this is a Bears moment here.
You also wanted them to still try and kick it,
I did.
which I would have been completely
In
fine
retrospect, seeing the 2 missed extra points, probably a good decision that they didn't.
with. Flus. Good job, Flus.
Flus greater than Hoge. Okay, time for Bear or not a Bear. For real this time. Equanimous St. John. Bear or not a Bear? Equanimous St. John.
That would be not a Bear.
Not a Bear.
Joe Davis.
No, that was not Joe. It was
No, it
Moose.
was not Joe.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was Moose.
definitely
Moose
not
called him Equanimous St. John. 3 plays later, Equanimous St. Brown, who is a Bear, scores a touchdown.
That's good attention to
And
detail by Hoge.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, his brother, they both scored touchdowns within a minute of each other in real time. We saw it on Red Zone on the other monitor. That was cool. That was cool. Eddie Jackson, first interception since 2019. Jalen Johnson got hurt towards the end of the game, but he came back in, so I think he's all right.
Braggs called it, and that Eddie was baiting Trey Lance on that play. And I think that's right. I mean,
100%.
and that's upper level. That's
Well, I mean, that's what we talked about, right? Is his ability to get back to what he does best. And that last year, him being up in the box more than he maybe is comfortable doing. Now he's back playing center field and waiting for his moments. And Jaquan Brisker's out there, in the box, looking like a linebacker, making tackles in the backfield, doing his thing.
That's another thing too. Eddie Jackson, as far as doing what he does best, doing what he does not do best, he's always going to get trucked. Deebo Samuel is always running him over. That's never changing.
I thought it was low-hanging fruit for Bears fans to go after Eddie on Twitter because he got trucked by Deebo. At that point, Deebo was in the end zone. He was in the end zone. So, he was going.
That's a great way to put it. That was low-hanging fruit.
It was low-hanging fruit. And
Brisker needed to get off his block there. If you want to get after one of the safeties, get off your block and make the tackle to 5.
Yeah,
he was
but in slight defense to those who are picking on the low-hanging fruit out there, I don't care if he's in the end zone or not. Like you would like to see a Bear safety come in even if they're in the end zone and put a real hit on it. That's not his game. He's just not. No, it's not him. Not. He's never going to do it. Yeah. So hopefully you take the good with the bad. And today there actually was some good with Eddie. So
absolutely.
So there's. You're not going to get, let's go old. We're not getting Mike Brown level hits. That's just never going to be the case with him. What else? Anything else on the home
That's it. Penalties were huge. Penalties were honestly probably penalties were the difference in the game. If we're being honest.
We got another update in the chat. Vikings are up 10-0 with 3 minutes left in the game or the half.
That would be the half.
That's got to be half.
I was going to say I don't know how
long
I'm here. My head's spinning. Really fast game.
10-0 Packers have the football. On their own.
And Braggs, I don't know if you saw this in the chat.
Their own 28, they're punting.
Bradley, throwing $5 your way. Here for you. Let's go.
I'm here for Braggs, too.
My guy, B-Rad. Stood up in my wedding. He's a good man. And served this country well. Army Ranger.
Let's go.
All right, Bradley. Thank you, brother.
Awesome.
I was going to
appreciate you.
I was going to say, there's with you shouting out at the 9/11. I was going to ask you if there's anybody you wanted to shout out. So there's
my guy Brad Hesse. He'd be the first one. I used to the year the Bears went to the Super Bowl. I'd write him letters every game and give him a game synopsis of how they did, and then they went to the Super Bowl that year.
That's awesome.
So maybe I'll start writing you more letters. Brad.
I would like to read the letter from the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh. Read all them letters.
That would be awesome to bring back.
I don't know how I get through the chicken scratch. I have bad handwriting.
Yeah, me too. That's all right. All right, guys.
Hey, reminder.
How about
someone go back? Come on. We got this shirt.
How
shirt's
about
out there. Have you bought it yet, everyone?
I have not. I've been doing this show since we released it, but I'll
was
buy it
talking
as
to
soon
the
as
chat.
we're done.
I was talking to the chat.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of the chat, we got about 400 likes and there's over 800 people watching.
Let's go.
Come on, people. Let's go. It's a simple little button you got to push. Push that button.
We appreciate it when you smash the like button.
Thank
Smash
you.
the like.
Smash away, everyone.
Thank you so much. And also one final reminder that we have our first Bears CHGO tailgate coming up.
Let's go.
The third game of the year after the Bears get to 2-0 and beat the Packers. Sunday, September 25th, 8 a.m. CHGO family members are going to be living the dream. They'll all be there. Braggs will be leaving for that tailgate after we close down tonight.
Yeah, I'll be in a tent waiting for you.
Huge damn ass party. Food, drinks, live DJ, CHGO merch, giveaways. Tickets on sale right now, allchgo.com. Come on in. Can't wait to see you out there. I'll be giving hugs. Hoge will have his voice back. Braggs will be doing everything that you do.
Whoever wants to get smoked in bags, step on up.
Woo!
Big bags, Braggs in the house. No, we got bags you can be able to throw. I'm pretty sure we're going to have giant Jenga. We're going to have can Jenga, have some different interactive activities, things to get loose for the day.
I got a hot take. Jenga, overrated game.
Really?
Too much time setting it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I could give a shit about Jenga.
Yeah, it's just, it's fine.
Yeah, everybody likes playing it, but then when it gets toppled over, nobody wants to set it back up.
I'm good.
I got nothing bad to say about Jenga. I love a good Jenga. Jenga, I'd like to play some cards with some people, I'll be honest. Let's get a little hearts going on.
Can I play cards at tailgate?
Yes. Cards with shots.
Stop talking.
Beers.
People aren't going to come now.
No,
Stop talking.
No, there's something for everybody. Something for everyone.
Bags, beer.
I'll dominate with the bags.
Bags,
Brags.
beer, and Braggs.
Hoge.
Now I sound
Lawrence.
like
Kevin. Carm. Damn it, let's go. All right, I guess we're saying goodbye.
Well, yeah, Enrique threw the super chat. He did remind me that we didn't actually talk about that. George McCaskey was walking the South lot apparently this morning.
He
He
always
does that every game.
And he said, check the CHGO stories. I got a picture and shared it in Insta. Let's go Bears. 1-0 Super Bowl.
Super Bears, Super Bowl.
Super Bears, Super Bowl. Congratulations, George. You got to feel a whole lot better where you're at right now. Same thing to you.
Home run week between the town hall and then the Bears win.
100-year search for their home.
Let's give Jocks Harrington a shout-out, too. Love seeing that. 10-year Army vet, Chicago born and raised, Bears fan his whole life. Today was start of something new and special.
It was a big-ass Bear week, Bear day. And
it was a what?
It was a big-ass Bear week, Bear day.
Big-ass Bear day.
I mean,
Big-ass Bear Day.
I'm just fired up.
How about that headline? Big-ass Bear Day. Mark Carman.
well, I put that right on the all CHGO.
You have a big-ass bear behind you.
I do have a big-ass bear back. We all do. What's up, Staley? You're the man. See you too, sweetness. Hey, it's awesome to see everybody in the chat today. We appreciate every single one of you, and look forward to seeing you at the tailgate. And, hey, season is here.
1-0.
1-0.
Yeah,
we're
man.
back tomorrow at noon with our first Bears Monday. Corey Wooten will be on set tomorrow. That's going to be sweet. So if you have not hit the subscribe button, if you haven't told a friend, do that as well. We really appreciate it and look forward to entertaining the hell out of you. And, yes, 1-0. And Hoge's going to, I don't know.
How about it? First CHGO Bears.
You are not allowed to speak.
I'm slightly worried about my voice tomorrow.
Can't speak the rest of the day.
I still got to go do Hogan Johns somehow.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you have other duties. I get it. But I expect you to be 50% better tomorrow by noon. If not,
I'll take 50% at this point.
We'll go from there. Hey, Casey, thanks for all your help as well. Awesome job
And the
on
medicine
social.
ball tea.
And
that was clutch.
Oh man, what a great day. So,
People are asking where the tailgate is. Can we say that yet? Corner, Michigan, and Roosevelt. Convenient too. The Red Line. Eventbrite. Is that where we're telling them to go? Eventbrite or allchgo.com? allchgo.com and get the link. But yeah, it's Michigan and Roosevelt. Could not be more convenient. We have parking.
Have maps
if you want to
made up,
drive,
right?
you can park, walk to the stadium from there. If you're taking transit, you can do that.
It's right by the Aurelius. It's across the street from the Aurelius.
I live right there. So I would follow me on Twitter, and I've got great ideas for parking that we can get creative on too. So come on.
We're selling parking.
Okay, fine. Now don't follow me on Twitter, and we're selling parking.
And
better idea. Buy our parking.
And we're going to have this package that you can also stay at Mark's house overnight after the Bears game.
Hey, I mean, it's not.
That's the gold level.
It ain't a huge
the gold level.
There we go,
package.
gold level. It's not a huge apartment, and I only have one bed, and I don't have a couch. But we'll have to figure all that out. Anything's possible. I'm all in. Can
I just gas up CHGO for a second? I mean, we got the pregame, postgame show. We got exclusive access in the locker rooms, from Nicholas and Will. I'm in the stands. We're doing tailgates. You
We
get
bought towels
PointsBet,
for
shirts,
Gill.
badass shirts, 8-bit shirts. Come on now. This is what it's all about. I'm so excited to be here. So excited for the Chicago Bears to be 1-0 right now. Bears, Packers next week. It's Packer week officially.
Let's do this.
Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks.
We got a yes from Herb.
You're going down, you little hippie, Rodgers. Take some more drugs.
That escalated quickly.
Yes, and taking drugs and responsibly, and all you hippies out there, we love you too, buddy.
Except for Rodgers.
Except for 12, although I kind of.
And the one that threw a bottle through a window the other night at the concert I went to.
We got
that guy too.
We got to
It was
go. I
probably
think
Rodgers.
Casey's giving us the wrap up. We've talked too much. Time to go. Have a great rest of your day. Bears win. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow at noon. Bears.